Manea is a Syrian refugee from Aleppo. For 3 months, she's been living in a plastic-sheeted home in a refugee camp in Zaleh, Lebanon. Manea's parents returned to Syria thinking they could easily come back to Lebanon. But now they are stuck there, leaving her at the age of 15 to take care of 3 brothers. After the rent is paid on the plot of land around her tent, there's barely enough left for heating or food, though. Today, Maria Asi, one of the camp's aid workers, has come to check on her. She's worried that Manea and the 27 other families here won't be able to survive on the little cash they receive from the UN. The refugees received a one-time payment of $40 per child for heating fuel when the winter began. They get an additional $21 per head each month for food. But Maria says families need at least $300 a month to survive with dignity.
Maybe you ask for the minimum, but even under the minimum, 50% for us, we are looking for those children that, if continue like this, maybe malnutrition will happen, maybe health infection will happen.
With her 3 brothers to take care of, each day is such a challenge for Manea.
I do all the chores, I clean the house, I cook for my siblings. We get a blue card from the UN, and it's not enough. They give us $100. And sometimes we are forced to get bread from the neighbor.
Her neighbors are also struggling, though, to cope. All 3 are ill due to the toxic fumes from using plastic as a fuel just to stay warm, leaving a burning question for Lebanon's UNICEF boss. Is it a funding crisis?
I think there is insufficient funds, absolutely. There is increased funds coming into the country to support these programs, but ultimately it's not reaching the levels that it has to.
None of these families here actually imagine they'd be living in such poverty after fleeing the war in neighboring Syria. Battling against all the elements and now health concerns, the last thing these people need is a compromise to their lifeline. And now with this new UN funding crisis, the real worry is the gap between what the UN gets and what it actually needs remains the same or even widens.